I see it time and time again. Too many people, when they start the stretch journey, they focus on a visual. So here's an example of what people will call a pigeon pose. Now, what most people want to achieve is that 90 degrees in the leg and also flat on the floor. So by that I mean down on the floor, sitting in that 90 degrees. But what you got to understand is stretching is also a skill in that if we're not used to it, our nervous system needs to be trained to deal with these different kind of stimuluses that you're putting on your body. So a good example is you wouldn't put 100 kilos on a deadlift bar and then try to expect a beginner to deadlift it. So we start off where the body is comfortable. We understand the intent, and the intent here would be to stretch the outside tissue of that front leg, which is basically giving us more access to our external rotation in that front leg. So it's pretty much irrelevant how high or how low you bring that leg, as long as you, the individual, is getting a stretch on that outside tissue. If this doesn't feel comfortable, especially in and around that knee joint, you can always just close this angle. Again, we're not acting on a visual, we're understanding our own body and we're getting that stretch on the outside of the front leg. So we can always go a little bit lower if we need to, but it's not necessary. Always understand the intent, which is getting a stretch on the outside of the leg here. But if we need to raise the hips, you can always raise the hips up. Don't always be fixated on how it looks. Yes, give yourself a target being on the floor, but don't be fixated on that target. Understand what you need, get that stretch, be okay with where you're at, understand the techniques to get there, and you'll actually progress a lot quicker than you think.